Good job. We're going to be doing a brand new work next. We don't often have pieces composed for us, but met this gentleman a few weeks ago working at the university, and we're going to be doing one of his numbers. I think, is Scott here? Where are you? Scott, take a stand. Scott Reeves, the arranger of our next work. And I hope you enjoy this. This is Summertime. Well, before we play our last number, I just want to thank you for coming tonight, and we hope to see you in a couple of weeks at our Pops concert. The next time you see Mr. Hagan, I want you to say thank you to him. He has been a tremendous support of the music program here, and we really appreciate his help. I also want to thank my coworkers. It's great to work with a staff, a music staff that is so dedicated to the kids. And we saw this on the trip to Orlando, and it's a pleasure to work with Mrs. Powell, Ms. Manchera, and Mr. Whitman. And I want to thank especially Mr. Whitman for leading the buses down to Daytona Beach and not driving any students. I really appreciate his help on that trip. And of course, all of you parents, I see some of your chaperones are here tonight, and you're all rested up, so we're glad that you're back too. We have great kids at Newark High School. I'm always perplexed when I see something in the paper about public schools versus private. And if they could see the students that we have here, there wouldn't be any question about that. I also want to recognize the person who did our art cover, and that's our drummer, Jeff Kramer. Jeff, give him a hand. So we're going to close with a coconut champagne. We hope you enjoy this and the concert. Thank you.
Call you Wendy? Yes, Wendy, yeah. Ryan, you met Wendy? All the kids get a balloon.
Girls, tell the girls to turn. I was trying to get you and the girls. There we go. Tell the little one to turn around. Hi, sweetie. Wave.
She wants Ryan to be here because she's not the other.
Thank you for inviting me. You ever fishing? One day I went
So as soon as he tells us that, then all of a sudden he's just like in the back, like right there. And so then we moved down to like 5, and then we moved down to 3 instead of 5. And then we look, and Judy's like, look down there, and then he starts to set up the blankets right where
There we
we
go. What a cute couple.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, just like him.
Kid's gonna die young.
Lindy, she's got the name.
First up, right up against the building. I was like, all right. So then we're like, we finally okay, fine. So we moved down the street another.
It's all kinds of people, man.
Utah County Democrat. I told him it looked like the ship was sinking.
And we got there first. I mean, we were like setting up. We're like, you can't put it there.
Let's get this out for all.
Hi, guys.
Filming that, were you?
I was. I still am.
Well, I had to spread my sauce, over the whole thing.
Let's see how she did it. It's great.
I like to enjoy the ranch on the whole thing. So.
Man, what a Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
I'm risque today, folks.
Mom, there's extra.
I'm getting a fuzz. Stand back, please.
Mom, here it is.
Hold on for me.
I have this other pan you can put it in if it's done. But I'm right, it's great with the dust. There's no air conditioning. Oh man, I'm on that first floor, so the dust is just.
Hi, Katie. How are you? You ready to eat? Me too. Peekaboo. How old are you, Ryan? Are you 3?
Up in, I think it was the local area. And I remembered the other day, you guys remember the Honda Trail 90 that I bought when Dad paid half, I paid half when I was like 13?
Oh, that's what he
14? Well, that Honda Trail 90 still works. We still use it, still running. Had to do a little repair on it the other day. Got it running again. And does anybody remember the same story I do about that yellow Honda 90 at the Law Reunion years and years and years ago?
I remember a law reunion and a Honda 90, but where are we going with this?
You don't remember the story? I'm riding it around the field, and all of a sudden, Grandma, Lita Law, she's pretty old at this time, says, I want to ride.
Oh, you didn't ask her to ride it?
Oh, heck no. She just pops onto the Honda, and we go popping around the field. The Honda 90 will barely handle 2 people, but we were, we were bouncing all over, riding all around, and of course, the whole time Ruben was just going. Remember that?
So was I going.
Yeah.
How'd you
How'd you like to bounce your grandma off the back? Oh, there she goes.
But it was her idea.
Right it is. We went to ride on it, and so that was a memory.
Never tried.
You seen her ride an ostrich? Wow. Well,
That was Grandma in a picture.
that's even better.
Did they all hear what Dad said?
I don't remember that I wasn't here. I know, so I don't remember.
She actually wrote off. But anyway, that was the first story that came to my mind when I thought of childhood memories. I suddenly remembered Grandma because I'd just been working on the Honda 90.
So was Dale.
Okay, Cozy? She's doing that too. Okay, now.
Well, the only one I can think of, but it was when I was an only child.
You have to stand up. Do tell.
After all you guys had left. Gone, left.
Does that have anything to do with bobby pins?
Yes.
It does. And Dad was on business at Disney World, so Mom and I got to go. And Mom was trying to be this brave soul. She's like, I'm not going to let Cozy think I'm a drag. I'm going to go on anything she wants me to go on. So we got on Space Mountain. And you sit singly, I believe, in Space Mountain, because she was sitting behind me. And we're going along, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, 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 and I look back, see what's wrong, and she goes, my bun, I'm losing my bun, and she's trying to, and we're flying up and down Space Mountain, she's trying to bobby pin with her teeth to get the thing back on her head. And I have never laughed that hard in my life.
I did it just to entertain my baby.
Okay.
I got one.
But it's a nano one again.
Let's make this a Nana mash. Should we do that? Should we have an ash mash and Nana
You
mash?
gotta say, our mother was a lot of fun. I have to say that growing up. I mean, we had the best parties she threw for us as kids. She was fun. She was a fun mom. And I remember one time we were all just, when we were little, we used to dress up to go downtown Salt Lake City. I mean, you had to wear heels and hose. Picture this story here. And Nana had on a little hat, and it had a little netting that came down. She had her little heels and hose. She had her little gloves on. She was gorgeous, okay? Well, we're in Dad's green pickup truck. And Dad had put sides on it to haul a whole bunch of stuff. And it was higher than the cab of the truck. And we were going into the old ZCMI parking lot. And I said to my mother, Mom, I don't think you can get through there. Oh, yes, I have done it several times. I know what I'm doing. Okay. I forgot the stick. So she's doing this little stick thing. She looks like, I mean, she's ready to go to a cocktail party, and we're in this pickup truck. You know, this is pretty funny to boot. Anyway, so we get into the ZCMI, lot, and she gets stuck. She can't go forward. She can't do anything. She is stuck in trying to get into this parking lot. Well, in the meantime, you got tons of people trying to get in this parking lot too. It's like down and around, back up. This man comes up to my mother, and she is so cool. This man comes up, opens the door, and says, "Lady, what are you doing?" She's very calm. She does this with her gloves, and she says, "If you think you can do any better, I'd be glad to have some help." She gets out very prim and properly out of her truck and lets the man in. And this man, he gets out and he goes, "Okay, back up, back it up." And I'm hilariously, just cracking up. And then this guy's getting really mean. He's running back and telling all these people, "Back up, back up." He finally gets the line backed up. And he gets in it, and he gets in the truck, and it's one of these. As hard as he can. He finally gets it out. And, of course, he backs it all the way down, because I don't think he trusts her. I love this. Our mother, she says to him, "Thank you very much." And she gets back in the truck, and away we go. That is my favorite story.
You need to tell them that you dressed up with your gloves and your hats. When you went shopping
Yeah.
in Salt Lake City, you didn't go shopping in your jeans and t-shirts.
No,
You dressed up. And I was all ready to do this shopping thing and discovered Dad had taken the car. So I had to take the truck. I wasn't going to be deterred from my shopping. But I forgot he put sticks in it.
Those were
He
two
put
by
2x4s
two lining I put up,
in the truck. I didn't
and
remember.
then 2 by
doing
2
that. I had been
laughing all the way around the
But
truck.
she stayed
Guess
so
you should have
cool
left her the
whole
car, Dad.
time. And she's getting a little annoyed at me because I am just busting a gut. I'm laughing, and she's going,
Ryan, pick it up.
She only broke 2 or 3 of the 2 by 2s.
Okay, we're out of soup.
Our mother's, what is our mother's favorite meal to make us when Dad was gone?
It was pizza with
Chef Boyardee pizza.
With tuna.
hot dogs or
Tuna hot
tuna
dogs.
fish.
How many other people's mom does that?
We were
lucky.
We were like, hey, we thought it was good, that's how stupid we were.
We got excited, you see the
I was
other
gonna
side.
say if you didn't eat it, she probably wouldn't have kept fixing it.
Huh?
I was gonna say if you kept eating it, if you hadn't eaten it, she probably wouldn't have kept fixing
Oh, we
it.
ate
I
it.
thought it was
Nowadays, I
Campbell's
guess it
soup
would
because
be
I can't get her to eat it
Anchovies
anymore.
and pepperoni.
Chilies and pepperoni.
Anchovy.
We ought to have a good one on Dad somewhere, but it's gotta be a hunting one, so it's gotta turn it over to Dad.
Well, okay, I got the hunting one.
Okay.
Okay, we're up to Bear River Refuge. We're having an incredible day hunting. Birds were everywhere. And we see these two guys walking out to us. We're sitting in this great, beautiful hunting spot. And these guys come out with their guns drawn and everything and ask for Dad's gun. Says, how's the hunting out here? Dad says, it's great. Ducks are everywhere. He says, that's because you're in a protected area. And I was so little that he had me on his back when we went right by the sign. And I was like, well, hang on. And we went right by the sign that said, restricted area, no hunting.
You probably grabbed him by the eyes and he didn't see.
So we got to go into court that day. Instead of hunting, we went into Roy, I think it was. We went into Roy to the judge. So, I went with it wasn't me. And we went before the judge, and the judge said something like, well, if you're good enough to take your son out hunting, we'll let you off with something small, like $30 or something.
Oh my God.
All right.
Not a big deal. And I think the day was done though at that point. We walked
They
around.
came home a little early.
But it was great hunting area.
I got
Great hunting.
one. I got one of Dale and Coe's. What is our Coe's favorite story?
The cat.
What year? Tell
Is it
them
the
the
cat?
cat story.
The
About
cat.
the cats on Plumpies and Sister Cockaigne, Mary Cockaigne. the cat.
Oh, yes. I went to a ladies' luncheon one day from the old neighborhood I'd moved. And they had this nice little luncheon for me, and they said, we have a surprise for you. And they got out some, first of the old-fashioned movies. And guess who was on there? A picture of my darling little Cozy. She walks out the front door
At age.
at age 3.
Serene.
2.5 or 3, and she took off every piece of clothes, just like she was doing it in front of an audience. And then she picked up the cat. She's naked. She drapes this cat over, and our neighbor is filming all of this. And he still has that film, and I've tried to get it for her, but I haven't been able to. And I saw Nancy Cockaigne, their daughter, the other day, and said, if you ever go through your film, I want this picture of Cozy doing the script.
But Mommy didn't finish the story.
Oh,
And the
okay.
amazing thing, she hasn't changed a bit.
Where's the cats? Apparently, when Mom talked to her, she said, well, is this one-time thing? And Mary Cockaigne said, no, it was every day. And Coz would go out there and, strip with the cats. Well, about, I don't know how long, an hour, whatever later, she puts everything back on. That's why Mom never knew. She never knew, and just went back in the house. Isn't that great? Okay, now,
Is she still doing
She
it?
liked the feel of the cat around her neck. I don't know.
Mom doesn't let us have any pet cats.
That's why.
If you had that film today, you could take them to court and they'd be a molester. They'd be on every court record. That's the difference between now and then.
I gotta leave a good one.
Yeah.
So that's why you kids can't have
you
cats.
gonna do the double thing?
Don't give her ideas.
And I want you to know how nice my siblings were to me. Dale used to
We
sit
love you, Cole.
on my stomach and hold my arms down while Lindy would chew a big wad of bubble gum.
She still hates bubblegum.
And I was pinned down, I couldn't do anything, and they'd take the gum and stick it on my face. And I want you to know that I have never chewed a stick of gum in my life. I hate gum.
Never tried.
So we did you find
So
out?
we feed it.
We're good, yeah.
Do you remember that? You were probably, I was like 12 years old and I brought a pack of gum to your house and your mom about
Oh,
killed
I
me.
smell
She
gum.
about
I
to
do.
kill
If the
me.
neighbors bring gum to my house, I go, I smell gum. You got it. Get it out of my house.
And when Aunt Lindy tended you, what did we chew all the time?
No, they did. They told me, Aunt Wendy let me chew gum. But you can't chew it at my house because of her.
Well, we taught him how to hold you down and
Up your
grab your
nose.
mom like this.
You told me about the
I think we gotta have a revised version of that.
Nice chair. I'll sit down a minute. We're about to hear a story from Ray.
Oh, no.
Okay, sit down a minute and hear a story from Ray. I want you to know who the people are. There's Dave. Here's
You can tell us the story about
story and a Grant story. Since Grant's over there talking, we'll start with the Lindy story. It's also about Lindy and Grandma Ash. Suzanne and I had been out on one date. Our first date, I gave her a corsage,
You gotta hear this story.
and she said she had to go pick up her friend at the airport. So I said, well, okay, let's get started. I'll go up to the airport with you. That'd be cheap date. And so we got in the car, and we're driving up past Lehigh. We had plenty of time to go, and she says, why don't we go see my grandma Ash? Okay, I'm cool. So we go cruising off highway. Lehigh, here we are. We find the house, we get in there, and who comes out? First, Grandma Ash. Second, Lindy comes out. Oh, this is so nice to meet you. And twice. Second date with Roseanne. Second time.
Only the second date.
Smack right on the lips, both of them.
Lindy and Grandma Ash.
Kissed. There.
And I'm going, because I haven't even held his hand yet. And Grandma Ash and Lindy are planting them on him.
And both
You
of
wouldn't
them.
have married you if I hadn't done that.
And I did the same thing.
This thing was hidden in mist.
That's right. Both of them had followed Zola's advice about wearing lipstick that day. It was 6 months before I kissed Roseanne after. But the story about Grant. Who was better? We were
Yeah, where are you sleeping tonight, dear?
story about
Still married.
story about Grant. And that's after Roseanne and I were first married. I used to work for a guy at Brigham Young University. Got to take samples in creeks and rivers around the state. So one day I said, well, instead of just going off on my own, why didn't Roseanne come with me? He said, oh, okay. And we asked for the old camper, the old turquoise truck, and the camper. We loaded it on, and I was instructed in the careful art of plugging things in and jacking up the camper and the whole thing. And so we did real well until I went to take it off, and I forgot to unplug the wiring. And I just ripped it to shreds. So I said, oh my goodness, how embarrassing. Son-in-law, klutz, I've really blown the whole thing. So I went down, got a wiring kit, and I rewired that puppy from nose to tail, just the whole thing. Well, some of you may remember that this camper